Hello everyone and welcome back into the channel. Today I am going to be doing some Geoguessr duels, reacting to my gameplay from past and some key points in each of the matchups. If you like this video, go ahead and put a like below and subscribe if you want to see more content. Comment if you notice any tips that for Geoguessr that we can share amongst each other. Okay, so this first round, very beautiful location by the way. Um, this is Indonesia, and the thin road definitely common in that area. These oil palms as well. Just based on the landscape and such, I'm thinking it's further south, and it does just end up being mainland Java there. But my opponent goes Philippines, so pretty nice damage there. This is clear from the outset that it is Norway. I don't think it's a hard guess necessarily, and there's a lot of clues as to that. The lines in the road, the big fjord next to us, and end up getting a pretty good region guess here. I think I moved off of a better region guess, and my opponent does pick up a few points on me. This is also not necessarily a super difficult location to guess if you know those poles there. That's Sweden. I am looking around a little bit, think it might be Finland. Um, I do end up going with this guess here. And yeah, I was correct. It was just Sweden, a little bit further south. So I'm going to pick up a few points there as well. This is a little bit of a harder round, a little bit of a seeming maybe 50-50 between Philippines and Indonesia. Nothing super clear to tell you as to what. Um, this house here and the mountains in the background make me think of Sumatra. Um, we'll see if that's a good region guess. Not a great region guess, but my opponent does go Philippines, and I get the W there. We're going to hop into another match. A little bit of a lower rated opponent. Instantly know from the left side driving, these trees, these ballards, that this is Australia. Um, Australia is one that's very, very feel-based to me. The landscape changes just a little bit from province to province, and once you recognize that, it's a little bit easier to guess where you are. So I get a pretty good guess. I moved off the correct road there, one highway over, but still pretty good pointage for the first round there. Round two, I guess, is that this is Philippines around. Um, super dry, super dusty, a lot of palms, tall palms. And I'm just kind of inspecting these poles and these houses to try, and I did figure that it would be pretty far south here as well. So we'll see what my opponent does here. And I didn't expect to get so many points on that, but I do because my opponent goes wrong continent. This is a South America. Very unique landscape here. Should be pretty far north in Argentina. Not max north necessarily, but pretty far north. Definitely a unique landscape in this region. And see, I shift a little bit further north. I should have gone further north than that, but I do end up getting a few points there. This one I instantly know as Chile because of the white car, the dawn coverage, and obviously just the general landscape here as well. Spanish helps. Anytime you see a language, that definitely helps to alleviate your fears, right? Um, so I do think that this will be pretty far south. Um, a decent region guess there, and we end up getting the win. This one, the snow coverage is interesting. There's a limited amount of places with snow coverage. So I do end up going southern Austria here. I think I'll zoom into the map in a second. I've seen snow coverage in Italy, so I go very close to Italy. And it does end up being Italy, quite close to Rome, which was a little surprising how far south that was. But hey, we'll take the points. Um, this one, driving on the left with the red license plates, Bangladesh is a fairly obvious one here if you know that. And I wouldn't say I've practiced Bangladesh necessarily, but I do get a good region guess in there as well. Same opponent here. I think I was hoping for a little bit of a higher rated opponent. You can see I'm zooming in on that pole there a little bit, and that's uh, the black and white stripe. You commonly find that in Peru. I'm looking at this lake and this village, trying to read that sign there, see if there's anything that would help you to like pinpoint this, because it seems like a fairly pinpointable location. And I'm just checking the sun to make sure it's in the north, but it clearly is Peru. I do go southern Peru here and get a really good guess in there. Round four, instant thought is definitely France here. I'm looking at these polls, and I think those polls are maybe not completely unique to France. I'm not sure, but definitely common in France with these ladder poles that don't have the completely see-through holes in them, and the hooks at the top. I do think that this is kind of close to Switzerland slash Italy, and get a decent guess in there and get some good points on my opponent. I think this is one that maybe threw me off a little bit. It felt a lot more tropical, and I definitely thought of Italy here, but it just did not feel right. The architecture definitely makes sense, but the landscape and everything is making me think it's one of these islands out here. And this is one where I almost lost the duel on this one. Uh, Big blunder here by me, but I do just hang in there by a thread. And here we are back in Europe, and I'm trying to read that language there. I am pretty sure that this is France, but I do see a copyright 2023, so it does kind of throw me off. I'm being dumb and reading the copyright, and I'm thinking that maybe this is Germany because I know a lot of Germany footage was released in 2023. So I'm going to kind of hedge a little bit here. I go in and guess kind of near the France and Germany border, and that hedge is enough to win me this matchup. New opponent here, and I think they're a little bit higher rated than the last opponent I played. And this is looking like Italy to me on the rewatch. Definitely maybe southern France type action, somewhere in that region for sure. A lot of alpine type stuff. I do notice the blue sticker there, and that makes me instantly go in for the France guess. Just guessing kind of southern France here, where it starts to get a little more hilly. And I should have gone a little bit further east, but I do get a good guess in there and get a good start to this duel. Round three here, I'm guessing this is Chile, and that is what I instantly thought was Chile or Argentina. It looks similar to the location we had earlier, just not as many shrubs around. So you can see I'm kind of trying to figure out where this would be. I go a little bit further south here, but I haven't locked my guess in. Then I shift further north, which is good. And I'm hovering over the 5K there. and it's just so frustrating when you do that but don't click down. And I do end up just getting a couple thousand points there. And here we have pretty clear India. It shouldn't be hard to get in India on this. So sometimes I'm a little confused with opponents in the master division. But yeah, so I do end up going in feeling like this is a little bit more eastern in India. Uh, does not quite feel southern. Does not feel like it's around Delhi. So it is pretty eastern. I do get I would say, a pretty good region guess in there. Not perfect, and enough to get the W on this one as well. Thanks for watching today, and subscribe if you want to see either Geoguessr content or book reviews or anything in that vein. And I'll see you next time.